Hit the button.
Please.
It's a prop.
Got props here tonight. Goddamn.
Got the Eli Applejacks. YouTube. What's happening? What's up? 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 YouTube, YouTubemus. It is I, the Thick Eye Bandit, alongside all of my motherfucking homies, kicking it with It's Motherfucking Sports. Damn it! Now representing from the 985 and the 225. This person has been watching ESPN all his motherfucking life. Give it up for EJ, the motherfucking DJ.
Yes, sir. Give me the credit.
Now also representing the 504 off the West Bay, my dog. His motherfucker know basketball like the knob on the back of his big ass head. Give it up for the Ross Clyde Bumper Clyde Jamaican, Beanie Man, aka Mr. Headquarters. What up, homie?
Like Europe.
Hey, y'all know what time of day it is.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about it.
Oh, yes.
The end of the season. If you're a football fan, well, a lot of football fans is crying today.
That ain't the old Undertaker theme. That is the funeral procession for the end of the football season, according to the NFL, at least.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
60 days away.
Well, at least they got NBA.
Y'all want to watch football? 60 days, you got USFL. Every game gonna be in Birmingham. All 8 teams.
I'd rather watch the flag.
Hey, we're gonna watch throw up tackle, all right? We're gonna watch throw up tackle. Hopefully it's good.
They got the NBA still. Shit. I mean,
Yeah,
you a self-called Rockets fan.
Yeah, EJ.
Terrible.
See, this is
just abandoning your team.
Because I thought we had talked to already agreed about this. I know my team sucks, just like
this is the first time. Well, no, this is the first time we talked about it in this setting, so we can talk about it.
Okay. We ain't gonna talk about it now. My team.
What about your Rockets? How you feel about your Rockets? Right?
My team sucks right now.
I mean, they got some good players. They got some good players.
Moving along.
Damn. You have no faith.
Damn. You don't like none of the players y'all got.
None.
They got young talent.
They
got young talent, man.
Y'all will be all right in 4 years.
They just got babies, man. They niggas like 18 and 19 years old.
Hey, man, a true diehard fan will stick with it. You got to be diehard, man.
My heart can't take it no more.
What happened to the days of wearing the bags over your head as a Saints fan?
That's what I'm saying. We come from that era.
Old.
Do you understand?
Can't take it no more.
Do you understand? Me and old Mr. Headquarters here watched Billy Joe Tolliver quarterback the Saints before.
Billy Joe Tolliver and Billy Joe Holt. The same
and
year.
Billy Joe Holt.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Year.
We remember that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We remember the days of old Heath Schuler.
Yes.
They know they put some redneck ass hillbillies at quarterback for us, boy. I swear.
You had the Danny Werfel experiment.
Well, I mean, he was a Heisman winner, so I understood it.
You remember Kerry Collins?
Yeah, he was another racist.
Right.
We always attract the racists in quarterbacks.
Come on, man. We had some moments.
That's why we need Jameis to come back. Either Jameis or Russ in that order. Well,
Sierra ain't letting that happen.
Russ, then Jameis.
Sierra ain't letting that happen.
You don't think she want to be in New Orleans?
Hell no.
I mean, they got a private. I'm sure they'll be on a private jet. They can go fly back and forth.
Why not in New Orleans, boy? The jazz clubs and everything else like that to revitalize her career. Shit, come on now.
Hell no, because she could go to New York because the Giants need a quarterback too.
That is true. Goddamn.
Which New York team we talking about?
Both of them.
Both of them, actually.
But not actually the Giants. The Giants are going to stick it out with Daniel Jones. They're going to do their best to, but I mean, honestly speaking, they have the draft capital. They have the draft capital. The Jets also have the draft capital to pursue Russell Wilson. Hopefully the Saints could, land a big time free agent quarterback. If y'all not on the Jameis bandwagon, I am. But if y'all not, then I would love to see, another prominent quarterback take us to the promised land. We only got one with Drew. We appreciate what you did, but it's time for two. Just like the Mo Rams. The Rams got two of them now.
Man, they bought this one.
Absolutely. You heard Aaron Donald in the post game. They built a super team.
I mean, they had to win. And it would have been the Philadelphia Eagles from like a couple of years back when they had all them all-stars on their team with Andy Reid as the head coach, and they didn't win shit. So this reminds me kind of like some of the Dallas Cowboys teams from back in the day too. In the 49ers. So I mean, we see this happen always. It always happens in the big cities. So I mean, that's why they put a team in LA again. Even though they have no fan base in LA whatsoever. No. But it's not about fan base, it's about money. It's about money. That's why you got a team in Vegas. It's about money. But salute to the Rams, man. EJ, you won. You picked the team correctly. I feel like it was a bad way to lose in those last final minutes for the Bengals. On that last drive, I was hoping that they could have held it out a little bit longer. That defensive, then what was it, non-call? I mean, the defensive holding call that they called on the Bengals. The
phantom call.
Mm-hmm. That looked familiar, didn't it?
Hey man, you don't call nothing the whole game.
I said poetic justice when that happened. I said poetic.
How is it poetic justice?
That's a robbery. What you talking about? You in LA, man? They didn't rob them people.
They've been trying to get LA to win this championship.
You talking about the other call? I was talking about the call on Ramsey. They called no call on Ramsey.
Look, what I'm saying. How you don't call that, but you call this?
Yeah.
Y'all look at the replay in super slow mo, man. Cuz he didn't touch him, man. He didn't hold him or anything like that. But hey, listen. You cannot allow the referees to control or dictate anything.
Absolutely.
And then, in the last 2 minutes of a game where, you don't have no calls, no any of that. They was basically playing for blood out there. And all of a sudden, and you kept a drive not just one call. Eli Apple with the other one. We're going to get on him later. And then he gave up the big one. Favorite. Elizabeth, we coming to join you, honey. There was an Eli Apple sighting, which the Giants knew, all the Saints knew, and the Saints fans knew. Now Cincinnati, y'all now know.
Eli trash.
Look, I told you we was talking about this before we started recording, man. Look, he put a disgrace to the name Eli in the Super Bowl.
You should have read the book of Eli before he played.
Bro.
Look, man, this was bound to happen. I know people had their memes waiting, especially if the Bengals lost this game. I know they was just sharpening their tools. Like, this nigga gonna fuck up somewhere. I know he is. And then to give up the last touchdown of the game, like, that's poetic justice, if anything else, EJ. This motherfucker talked all this trash about New York, talked all this trash about New Orleans. And this was what, back in the wild card, was it, or was it division?
Yeah, I mean,
or was it before that?
One thing that it was early on in the playoffs. Early on, he was feeling himself. He had a little swagger. You know what I'm saying? He even caused a big play in the Tennessee game, broke up a crucial pass to pick it off to set Cincinnati up on their big field goal kick to win it in Tennessee. He had a couple of plays in the Kansas City game, started talking shit to McCole, Hardman, and Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm saying? They had a couple things to say after Super Bowl too. But that's just classic in life, man. You never ever put bad energy into space, and you never talk shit over something that's not a sure thing. And Eli covering anybody is definitely not a sure thing. So it's karma. The city of New Orleans is not happy to say that we don't have football representation. But I can tell you this, man. The city of New Orleans and the state of Louisiana was well represented in the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Lesson learned, Eli. No negative energy.
Not at all.
Page. Shout out.
Nah, but all the negative energy to Eli Apple right now because he deserved it. He deserved it.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
And look, if you're a betting person too, there was some prop bets in there. I think I saw where OBJ was plus 900 for the first touchdown of the game.
Look at that. He got somebody paid.
How much did he get paid?
So how does that work? I think I Bennett. How does it, if you betting how much it was plus 900? So how would you get paid off of this?
Depending on the odds, plus 900. If you bet $900, you probably made $100 to $150. Just depending on how big the spread was.
It's not a great bet,
right? Yeah. Now I'll tell you this though, I even seen a bet where they bet the Gatorade color, what color the Gatorade bath on the coach was gonna be.
I didn't even watch that part. What was it?
Blue.
I didn't even see that.
Blue Gatorade. Blue Gatorade, absolutely. And Mattress Mac out of Houston lost a lot of money. He lost a lot of money. He bet 4.5 million smackaroos that the Bengals was gonna take it home.
Oh yeah.
And I got a little funny stat that I saw. It was crazy. Out of the last 17 Super Bowls, only 5 Super Bowl winners did not wear white uniforms. Cincinnati was the quote unquote home team, and they had their choice to pick uniforms, and they chose to go the black jerseys and white pants, and they fell. Not saying that uniform has anything to do with play, but according to numbers and statistics and superstitions, especially in the NFL, man, white has been rolling lately. So that could be a little something to think about there.
Now, let me ask y'all this. When halftime hit, how did y'all feel about this game at that point?
It moved fast as hell.
The first half did move fast. But how did y'all feel about, did y'all feel like one out of the other team was going to win? I feel like the Bengals was going to win this game at the end of the first half.
The way everything was going, and like I said before, I said this from jump, and y'all remember me saying this. I said, if they do not put Jalen Ramsey on Jamar Chase from the get-go, Jamar Chase was not going to be stopped. He was burning Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey was getting cooked. Eli Apple wasn't the only one that had a bad game. Jalen Ramsey had a terrible game, but made a crucial play at the end. So he came out with the win. He came out with the chip. Salute. But there was a lot of chances that the Bengals had to where they could have won it, but they got sure of that offensive line. Aaron,
yeah,
boys was just,
he was running for his life. Now, I mean, he did have Von Miller and I'm about to say Dom Kissou. He had Von Miller and Aaron Donald chasing him for most of the game. Floyd it's like
had a hell of a game too. Floyd had a hell of a game. They was all getting him.
Yeah,
they was all getting it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you have some of the elitist pass rushers in the game on the highest stage. You think they wasn't going to come after him in this game?
They looked human though. Like, that's the thing. Going back to your question, headquarters, the first half, you never thought that Cincinnati was ever out, despite the 2 quick scores that LA had. The way that would baffle me about this game, the way that Cincinnati ran the fucking ball, they ran it effectively. They ran it to the outsides. Why did you stop running the fucking ball? You know what I'm saying? That's number one. So they can, so you can neutralize LA. You know what I'm saying? You can neutralize that defense and that speed against them. The over pursuit allowed a lot of cutback lanes for these running backs. Joe Mixon was cooking. It was cooking so hard that the nigga threw a touchdown. He fooled everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you had a good thing going. You slowed it down. Jamar Chase had Jalen Ramsey like Pinky off of Next Friday. Man, that little nigga had me scared, but I held my own shit. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, the fourth down, the last play of the game when Joe Burrow got sacked, I saw countless videos of one Aaron Donald lined up all sides and the referee didn't call it. That was one. But two, if you look top side of the screen and you see the play develop, I know he had P. Ryan down here in the flat, and that fucking rush caused him, to make that crazy spin around throw. But if you look top side of that screen, he had an outside slant from his slot position receiver, and his number one receiver was to do a quick slant. So he isolated the corner, and the safety was in la land. He had two throws, one being a CJ or Uzama to the outside. Quick one-step drop, boom. That first down keeps the drive going to potentially get McPherson in field goal position, but it didn't happen, man. Aaron Donald made a hell of a play, and you just knew, going into that last drive, it's over. It's done.
You touched on something, Pudge, because I'm gonna tell you like this, and I'm gonna be flat out honest. The ball was in the wrong Joe's hands.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon Joe Mixon should have been running this ball all game. Whereas if you notice from the Bengals, they were stopping the run. Now Rams ain't got the run game, period. But they were stopping the run.
Cam Akers had 13 attempts for 21 yards. The Cincinnati defensive line was eaten.
The thing about it is, my offensive philosophy game plan would have been like, okay, Joe Mixon, you getting this ball. You running the hell out of this ball. Joe Burrow, you see number 1 lined up with number 5, go to him. That was just it. Because Jalen Ramsey proved he cannot handle Jamar Chase. He couldn't handle him all game.
Yeah, he was getting him a little bit.
Hey, that last play from line of scrimmage, there was another video backside. Jalen Ramsey was on the ground. Jamar Chase was running wide the fuck open.
Wild.
You think this game was a little too big for Joe Burrow?
No. The game was too big for the offensive line.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it.
Man, dude, 7 sacks.
I was getting beat the fuck up.
7 sacks, bro.
But if you see during the game, they tried so hard. They tried so hard.
Look,
the Bengals fought. The Bengals really did fight.
I understand that, but me and Thick Eye Bandit had this conversation all the time when it comes to teams that get blitzed. If you see a team is blitzing the shit out of you, or your offensive line is having trouble blocking and protecting your quarterback, change that shit up.
Yeah.
You got to do something different. Add 2 tight ends in there. Add a fucking fullback if you even got one. Add a fucking tight end out there. Well, do some motioning. Joe Burrow should not have got touched like he got touched in that game.
Shotgun.
The first 3.
Come on now.
I want to say the first 3 passes from Joe Burrow, they was all quick, and I was like, okay, now y'all finally got something. Hey, get it out quick.
They knew.
The offensive line. They knew the offensive line was not going to be able to protect Joe Burrow. So he
they still have all their timeouts that deep into the fucking game. You know what I'm saying? They had game-winning drives set up all over that.
Yeah.
Just with proper execution. But going back, we said this on the episode last week. The glory of this whole game is going to go down to the Cooper Kupps, the Matt Staffords, the Aaron Donalds, the Joe Burrows, the Jamar Chases. We said that the fucking running game for the Bengals are going to be the X factor, the unsung hero. And shame on Coach Zach, the Bengals head coach, for not staying consistent with the fucking run.
Dog. I think you might be the first person to actually mention his name that much.
I'm just saying.
I don't remember anybody really saying his name this entire lead up to the Super Bowl. I don't know. I mean, all I heard was Sean McVay this, Sean McVay that, but even before they won. I just think that was funny.
And that's Sean McVay's, this was his assistant coach. These offenses mirror each other very similarly. If you look at it, they looked exactly the same. The only difference is the Rams just had more fucking crucial plays. They executed better when it was time to execute. Even when Cincinnati had the lead and the Rams was on the ropes, Odell got hurt. And
Yep.
I feel so bad for
Oh
Odell
man,
hurting his knee again against the Bengals. Same ACL injury against the Bengals.
Same
you
knee.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same knee, which he balled his ass off. And I really feel like if Odell had not have gotten hurt, he could have probably have been the MVP of this game. He was electrifying for the time that he was in. Yeah, I think so.
Well, question.
I really think so. He was cooking.
That leads to my question, because there was a lot of talk about who should have been the MVP, Aaron Donald or Cooper Kupp. So let me ask my brothers.
I would say Aaron Donald. Obviously, I don't have nothing wrong with it being Cooper Kupp in this, because I mean he did his thing. He scored the last touchdown.
He won the Triple Crown. He won Offensive Player of the Year.
He was consistent.
In the Super Bowl.
He was consistent in this game. I mean, in the MVP of this game. In this game, he was consistent. He scored. He was the go-to guy, especially after Odell went down. Odell caught I think it was 2 passes in this game. The first one being the first touchdown of the game. So I mean, he set the tone for everything. So I have no problem with Cooper Kupp, but I would have also, if they did co-MVPs with him and Aaron Donald, I would be cool with that too. I mean, they've done it before. So I wouldn't have been surprised if they did that. But I mean, shout out to Cooper Kupp, because he was, like I said, he was consistent and he scored the game-winning touchdown. Matt Stafford looked shaky in this game a little bit.
Matt Stafford did the most Matt Stafford shit you can do.
And still won.
Yeah, no, but wait. To answer your question, your question you had earlier, I'm going to echo the same sentiment that headquarters said, because he brought up a valid fucking point. You notice when Odell got hurt, the Rams went stagnant for about 4 or 5 drives.
The third quarter, they were
stagnant. The Bengals put the clamps down. They had the lead. They had the momentum. LA couldn't move the fucking ball. But the thing that kept the game close was the pressure that they were getting from number 99, number 54, and number 40. Those guys was eating. And don't forget about Nashawn Robinson, number 94. Don't forget about him, because he ate too. You know what I'm saying? They kept the game within reach, and that's all you needed, and that's all you could ask for. And that was some of the success that the Saints had later on this year, when our offense could move the ball, allow our defense to make enough key plays where we can get one fucking drive out of the thing, so that way we can score in a crucial moment. And that's what you saw happen and unfold on Sunday.
Yeah. Shout out to Trey Hendrickson too for getting a sack in this game. We had, like you said, we had a lot of LSU people, LSU or Louisiana ties, from the oldest nigga to start in the NFL, Super Bowl, and Whitworth.
Hey man, that speech that he had at the NFL Honors was pretty cool though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I saw that.
Absolutely. Shout out
to him,
man.
And he get to retire on a high note too. Assuming he retired, it sounded like he was gonna retire the way he was talking.
Yeah.
This is last year.
Why not? Shit, he's 40 years old.
He played against his old team. Hey, in the Super Bowl. What a way to capitalize.
What more can you ask for?
Right, exactly.
And then win. So, but also though, the halftime performance before we get there. Before I get there, I'm gonna finish this game, then we can get to the performance.
Okay.
One last thing. Do y'all think anything differently that the Bengals could have did to win this game?
Yes.
Obviously, the referees got involved late, but do you think they could have did anything differently? Run the ball?
Run the fucking football.
Run the ball. The ball was in the wrong Joe's hands.
You up 20-16. You got to bleed clock. You got to lead in the third quarter. You run the ball. You let your defense pin their ears back. But I also think that, I mean, and it's kind of hindsight now after the fact, but you had a couple drives where you moved the ball and then got bogged down. When you're talking about a game of, 3 points, 5 points, 7 points, you cannot cross the 50 and not come away with points. You cannot, especially in the Super Bowl. You got to be a little bit more aggressive. I thought that the original fourth the early fourth down call when they went for it. You know what I'm saying? They turn around, the Rams score 7 points on it. So now you look back in hindsight, you had this game won. You gave them the ball in plus territory. They didn't have to drive far to get their first touchdown. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I feel like most people would have did the same thing in that situation. You think you would have
punted? Not early in the first quarter. No, not early in the first quarter. Yeah, it's a Super Bowl. You got, but at the same time, you still got 7 points. You go down there and score 3, and they come back and hit you. Now they up 14-3. You know what I'm saying? That's an 11-point swing that you got to overcome. You overcame it. But just think about if that lead didn't happen. So that means that late touchdown by the Rams, you still up. You still up.
I'll say this. Bengals, I get it. It was Joe Burrow. Had a phenomenal season. When in doubt, if 9 has the ball in his hands, you got a shot. I get it. But you're in the Super Bowl. And what you did was made the same mistake Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers made a couple of years back. One staple when it comes to the Super Bowl is you dance with the person that brought you there.
They put it in Joe Burrow's hands. It wasn't Joe Burrow. It was Joe Mixon. That's what I'm saying. Run the ball.
Joe Mixon was a big part of the season, but I want to say he was the main guy.
I get it. It was Joe Burrow. You want him to shine. But now wasn't the time for Joe Burrow to shine. Now was the time to be smart. Okay.
The running game was wide open for Cincy. The running game was there.
Yeah, so I understand that.
Well, I think the future is bright in Cincinnati.
Absolutely.
They don't have no fear. I think they'll be back. I think it's going to be.
Go ahead.
I think it's going to be one of those situations that with a young team like this getting success early, no, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase stay on the same street with each other. You know, Jamar Chase bought a house and made it a point to be Joe Burrow's neighbor in Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? So the cohesiveness is there, and that's all you can want out of your star tandem is a solid unit.
Yeah,
they're going to be
competing.
About
Joe Mixon, though.
They're going to knock on Kansas City's door. They're going to knock on Baltimore's door. Baltimore's still one of those teams when they get Lamar Jackson back. The AFC is full of young talent, and I expect to see a hell of a fight with these young guns. The NFL is in good hands with these young quarterbacks, and I'm just excited to see what this upcoming season is looking to be. But Cincinnati gonna be back.
I would say the only thing that would be not in their favor is history. History says that not too many teams that lose a Super Bowl. Now the Rams is one of those few teams that actually got back and won in 2 years, 2 or 3. It was 2 years.
It was 2 years.
And yeah, I mean, for the most part, I mean, we watched people like Dan Marino make it his rookie year and never got back. Now we talking about that's some years and years ago. That's back in the 80s. But I mean, you also got some. I mean, look at Aaron Rodgers, more recent. Hasn't been to a Super Bowl since he won it in his earlier years. Russ has won one, but the Seattle has not been really right since they won.
Should have ran the ball.
Hello. They haven't been right since they dismissed beast mode.
Run the ball. You got 2 rings.
In the Legion of Boom leaving on the defensive side too. But
I'm just saying, think Vegas had their hands in that one. Home.
You think? But sake of an argument of talking on it though is, I think they're gonna be great. I think they're gonna be a great regular season team. I think they're gonna probably win a couple. I think Joe Burrow is gonna probably be a featured quarterback in this league too. On top of like you said before, Lamar Jackson. You got Herbert in LA.
My homeboy.
You got my homeboy. Oh, you always know that. You got him and his crazy ass family that's with him.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, brother, put the fucking cell phone on, goddamn it.
It's a lady too, shit. Both of them.
Yeah, put that shit down. Y'all don't need to be seen. Shut the fuck up. Let that nigga get rich.
Exactly. Also on top of that, I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I feel like and your boy out of Buffalo.
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Josh Allen. So the AFC, like you said, is actually filled with a lot of great offensive, a lot of quarterbacks, young quarterbacks that's looking to take over the league now. Drew Brees is gone.
EJ favorite quarterback still.
Tom Brady is gone. Who that?
Ryan Tannehill.
Moving along.
You know how much you love Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee.
Moving along.
Big old fan, tighten up.
What about quarterbacks in the NFC? You got Kyler Murray.
Hey, that's a story right there.
Yeah, that is.
He's still on a rookie contract.
Hey, he don't want to be there. He won't get the fuck out.
We'll catch everybody up to speed. Catching everybody up to speed if they never heard. Kyler Murray unfollowed the Arizona Cardinals team on social media and appears to be upset with the team. It's kind of similar to the Michael Thomas situation. I don't think Michael Thomas went that far though, with unfollowing everything. But
he just ain't talk to them niggas.
that and he just went on these Twitter rants and shit.
Him and CJ.
I don't know, man. This is the new thing though. Like I saw a lot of these older reporters talking about it on TV. I'm like, man, these motherfuckers out of touch. This is the new way of how people get in contact with the fans. They don't need the media to speak on their behalf anymore. They can just do it directly. Hey, look, I ain't happy here. Y'all see this shit? And people gonna catch on to it too. He already knew. I'm sure, at least I would think he know. He is a young guy, but unfollowing his team, I don't know if that's the best move to do. But hey, look, they got to make him happy, keep him happy if they want him to stay.
It would behoove Arizona to keep this man happy because next year's Super Bowl, you're hosting it.
Hey, listen.
I think the social media things is a little immature. It's immature.
Don't believe in the Arizona Cardinals. I'm sorry. Get the fuck up out of there. Kyler, you more than welcome. Come down here.
What y'all think about it? How y'all feel about it? Y'all think is a good move business wise? Not a good move business wise? What?
Whenever you're doing business with a client, and they just abruptly end their services with their current employer, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You always got to look at, everything from all sides. His side, her side, and somewhere in the middle is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Right. If Arizona did everything in their power to make sure that he was successful and they put all the right pieces around him, he has no gripe. But if there's proof or evidence that they didn't listen to him or they didn't try to cooperate with him or work with him or get the things or the tools that he needed to be a successful quarterback in their system, then, he's got a point, but that's only going to come out later. I
agree.
You always going to want to tip your hat to the player, because for so long, everybody's always had the owner's back or the organization's back. And we always kind of alienate and isolate and put a label on the player as if they're being unsubordinate or whatever. But shit, we've had gripes. We've had jobs. We've seen things on our jobs that we didn't think was right or fair. And we voice our opinions on it or have been upset behind some shit that we've seen. And we had the right to. And if anybody tried to stop us from what we were feeling, we would take whatever natural discourse is. So if I'm in his shoes, it's I think how he went about handling it, I think a conversation. Let me sit down with owners. Let me sit down with the head coach. Let me sit down with everybody and let's talk this out. Let's not just throw no bullshit out there on social media for people to gobble up and make a mountain out of a molehill.
Because I really do agree with what you had just said, Push, because I want to piggyback off of that. Because what it is basically, like you said, somewhere in the middle is the truth. When you go in that direction the way Kyler did, what you do is you go after the ownership, attacking them. Their natural instinct is to attack back. And at that point, it becomes he say. Somewhere in the middle is the truth. But it doesn't get exposed because it forces you to pick a side. You're going to pick Kyler's side or you're going to pick the owner's side. The way the media is spinning it is basically saying, well, The owner's looking at it as, okay, we had all these high expectations. You went undefeated until D-Hop went down. And you got bounced down the first round. Also, you're due for an extension. The man's trying to get his money.
I mean, he gonna get his money. That's not.
He's gonna get paid.
He's gonna get paid, but at the same time, the owner's looking at it.
Issue.
The owner's looking at it as now you attacking us because for what? What did we do? We did everything we could. We gave you James Conner. We gave you D-Hop. The only thing we didn't give you was the offensive line.
That's the most important.
That's the most.
I want to say he's been in the league 3 years now. He's gotten a lot of weapons put around and placed around him.
And he had a defense.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did. And
JJ Watt was playing out of his mind until he got hurt. To be honest,
I don't know what more can you do in this situation. You just got to play it on the field. He did come back yesterday and kind of backtrack his what was everything. He kind of downplayed everything, was saying that this is nonsense. There's no issues going on. Blah 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 blah.
Too late.
But you caused the issue. That's the thing. Yeah, you caused the issue.
That's why I was saying I think it's a little
scrubbed the Arizona Cardinals. You started the issue, Kyler. Come on now, make it make sense.
Yeah, I mean, you're one of the most recognizable people, not only in Arizona, the state of Arizona, but probably in that region, for being the quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals, and on top of the fact that just people in NFL football fans in general. So I don't know. Like I said, I just think he just made a bad judgment call. I think he definitely learned from this shit.
Bro, he wasn't
No
complaining
doubt.
everything when people started yelling out Hail Murray.
I mean, dog, think about it, bro. You young man, millions of dollars.
Yeah.
You living in the fast-paced lane of the business of the NFL.
Absolutely.
You have people in your ear. You have handlers. You got people around you, loved ones, friends, family telling
The
you
right ones around.
right. They're telling you what you should and should not do. People reading scenarios wrong. It didn't happen. We didn't just get knowledge from just being an astute person. Nah, man, we bumped our head a couple times. We done made some mistakes. We didn't went left when we were supposed to go right. You know what I'm saying? And you learn by experience. You know what I'm saying? And this hopefully can prepare him, down the line. He can mature from this. He can take his L. And unfortunately, nowadays, the thing that's scary about life now, bro, is L's are way more public than what they once was. Something like this would not have come out years ago. This would have just been something behind the scenes and dealt with and washed. But now everything.
I think this is a non-story though. I
don't think it is neither. I just think it's a little, hey,
it is entertaining. It's funny.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you gotta tell your $100 million quarterback, hey, yo, don't do that. Chill out.
Hey man, chill out. Get off of social media. Shut the fuck up sometimes.
Do that.
Get off.
Sit down somewhere.
Sit down.
Get the fucking phone out your hand, man. Go sit down, man.
Please.
Go suck on the
I'm about to
titty.
say, didn't Herm Edwards used to tell that to all the rookies at the symposium?
Yeah.
That
or better yet, like he said, he got
rookie
all
symposium.
these people.
This shit getting people in trouble
around him. Bro. Or better yet, hey, you got all these people around you. Not one person told you before you post, think.
Mm-hmm.
Man, when you do a scrub, think about it. You talking from experience.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a minor purge on my social media, right? A minor purge. Nothing to the level of this motherfucker next to me, right? This motherfucker next to me went through a complete and utter purge. And you can hear from I've heard stories. I'm not going to reveal them all because they don't need to be brought out there. But I've heard stories from his former coworker. Hey, man, when you do something so drastic and so left, people watching. You know what I'm saying? And people always want to know.
People watch on social media. It's crazy.
You a fool if you think that.
They watch everything, cuz. And the ones, and guess what? They're not going to like, they're not going to comment, but they know. They know more about you than you do.
They know.
Yeah. Well, look, going back, I don't want us to go too far, but going back to the Super Bowl itself, right? The halftime show. What did y'all think of the halftime show?
EJ, I'll let you go first.
Go ahead.
hip hop at its finest. I was hands down, that was the best halftime show I've ever seen.
Hell yeah.
Hands down. Best halftime show.
It was a good one. Wasn't the best, but it was up there.
Okay, what'd you
I
think
got
was
one.
best? What would you think? Go ahead.
Super Bowl 42, Prince, halftime, singing Purple Rain.
The
In the
entire
fucking
stage
rain.
purple.
Okay, all right.
It started raining. God damn it, it started raining. Doing Purple Rain. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
A lot of people would say
Wasn't that in Detroit?
No, that was in Miami. That was for the Colts Bears. That was for the
Okay.
Colts Bears in Miami.
Okay.
Mhm.
The fucking stage is purple, and then that's saying, "Oh, psh, purple rain, purple rain." And everybody was in that bit. Ah, Prince. Tell me, it was great.
As far as hip hop wise, best hands down. But
We haven't had
overall,
any. It's the first
right.
hip hop Super Bowl.
Yes, that's why I said best hands down. It's gonna be hard to top that.
About time.
Don't forget
But,
about Michael Jackson in 1992, the Cowboys against the Bills in the Rose Bowl. You know what I'm saying? That was another great
black
one.
uniform.
Mhm.
That was another great one. Beyonce at the Super Bowl when the lights went out here in New Orleans, the Ravens and the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? Janet Titty came out on one of them. You know what I'm saying? They had some Super Bowl halftime now.
By Justin Timberlake.
The accidental titty.
That's a nipple Oreo. If I saw
The
that.
nipple Oreo. She conveniently had a nipple Oreo pasty over that titty.
Hey, yo, speaking of nipple, as a quick segue, real fast. Speaking of nipple Oreos, coming soon. We just wrapped up season 3 of the motherfucking podcast. EJ the DJ. If you buy the merch from the store, the motherfuckingpod.com, EJ the DJ will personally come to your house and hand out some nipple Oreos to y'all. So make sure y'all buy the merch. I got the NOLA.
Goddamn misquote.
I got the NOLA edition hat right here. Thick Eye Band. They got the NOLA edition, the black and red, the black and white. EJ the DJ as well. We got the dog tags in this motherfucker. You heard me? Make sure y'all go check it out. You can also get the t-shirts, also get the dog tags, also get the mask. You know what I'm saying? COVID out there, Omarion. So make sure y'all wear y'all mask. Get the motherfucking pod mask. And also make sure y'all get the motherfucking hoodies. So make sure y'all go visit the motherfuckingpod.com and also download all our latest episodes on the motherfuckingpod.com. Go check it out. But what did you have to say about the halftime show? The guy band.
Hey man, a couple things just to break down right quick.
Right.
That was the most futuristic mixing board I ever seen in my life. Damn, Dr. Dre. 50 Cent.
A whole dollar.
50 Cent looking like
50 Cent. 50 did it, man. 50 bigger than this motherfucker, man. He came out there, go. I was like, God damn.
This thing got extra bigger for the show. You know what I'm saying? For the Super Bowl.
That's that power money, man. Come on,
Hey,
dog.
man.
That's that power money, bro.
Mary J killed it. Mary J.
Hey, yo. That was one of my best part of the damn Super Bowl. Watching Mary dance, son.
Mary hit it, boy.
Hey, hold on.
And then she passed out.
Hey, hold on. But I gotta say this though. I never knew that Mary J. Blige was that thick, dog.
What?
Hey, yo.
You don't watch Power?
Mary J is
Hey,
at 50.
bro.
Shame
at
on
50.
Michael Jordan.
Man, look, at 50 years old, still
Man, Mary could get it.
You know
She
what I'm
was
saying?
that. She got a big. I was like, God.
Very fine, boy. And look, shout out to Eminem taking a knee.
Yes. Hey.
Kendrick Lamar by far. I hate to say it. And look, shout out Uncle Snoop. He killed it. Drake killed it. Everybody killed it. But as far as the performances, for some reason, Kendrick, dog. Kendrick performance was nasty.
He's on a different level when it comes to
Oh
the
my
performance.
God.
He is a performer. He's an entertainer. He ain't just a rapper. He's an entertainer.
Bruh.
He's gonna put on the show. If he's gonna be on a concert or on stage, he's gonna put on the show.
I personally think Kendrick stole the show. Honestly, I could be wrong.
Nah, the shit was dope.
Hey. Which leads to my question.
What's that?
Out of the hip hop performance, who did their thing?
Song selection was everything. Listen,
Mary J. Like I said, I'm gonna still say Mary J.
Mary J.
Thickness. That's all.
Mary
Hey
J.
man, look.
Mary J.
I mean,
sorry. You know, it's one of the crazy things. You know, it's one of the crazy things.
Boss man.
You know, it's one of the crazy things about Mary J. Blige. Here go the funny thing. After you do the job, she'll probably pay you and send you on about your business.
Oh, no,
go your Uber.
Damn.
Oh no.
Who y'all should got, man? He said Kendrick was yours.
Hey, nah, but look, you know what's crazy?
Like
they kept showing Jay-Z during the performance.
Yeah.
And it's to those who don't know, I think it's no longer a secret. But the person who wrote Still DRE is Dr. Dre. I mean, excuse me, it's Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of it's always kind of odd every time you hear it and you close your eyes, you can hear Hove in the booth spitting it. You know what I'm saying? But that song was the fucking title song to the whole halftime show. You know what I'm saying? The tribute to Pac.
Yes.
The tribute to Pac was dope.
California Love, man. Oh my goodness.
It went down.
I gotta go there. I'm gonna be petty.
I just think that Kendrick's performance out of all of them, though.
All right, you say Kendrick. What about you, E?
Oh man. I know one thing. It ain't a dollar. I'm sorry. I mean 50 cents.
He gonna punch you in the mouth when he see
you. I'll punch his ass right back.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
You ain't punching.
To be honest,
That ought to be interesting. I would like to see that.
I got my money on fifth. I'm sorry, Jay. I love you.
Damn, I ain't say all that.
Nah, I got money on fifth. I'm sorry.
I think I'm gonna see it. Who you got, EJ?
I'm
betting 50 with one punch, one hit of quick.
Go ahead. Yeah, and you'll lose, trust me. Because I don't waste time.
Yeah, you run.
Who you got, man?
This is just a get back for earlier. That's all that is. I'm gonna have to go with Eminem. Kendrick killed it, but Eminem with that Lose Yourself, man. It was I gotta give it to him. Hands down, that was the best song he could have ever did that night.
There it is. That's what you got.
Should have did Purple Pills.
D12.
Shut your mouth, you dirty slut. You know you want.
That means they would have had to bring Bizarre ass on stage, and that wasn't happening. Ain't fucking happening. They ain't bringing his ass on
demonic, stage. Body smell like vomit.
What was yours? What was yours, boss man?
Acid dropping.
I ain't changed it. Mary J. Fine ass.
It's the thickness for you. Just say it's the thickness.
Her fine ass out. Yes.
Hey, he was praying for a booty cheek to come out the bottom of them shorts.
Look, the funniest thing is the people that didn't make it or felt they should have made it. Is you got the game out here talking about
leave the game alone. Nah, I think
the shit funny. The game was like, man, I don't know why I wasn't invited.
Man, I got a feeling. I wonder why.
I can take a hard yes. But
50 Cent.
I would have loved to have seen the remnants of NWA.
Oh man,
that would have been dope if you could have seen Ice Cube. If you could have seen Cube hit the stage.
Yeah,
I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen.
You know,
I don't think it's gonna happen.
It's what the fans want. It's what the people want, though. Man.
That's just like the same thing with the game and 50 being on stage together. Ain't gonna happen.
No, it ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
Can you imagine if they'd have played Regulate?
That'd have been perfect.
You know what I'm saying? Had Warren G come up. You know what I'm saying?
How you gonna come up?
Quick story.
I mean, My
Hold
bad.
on,
Not
hold on,
Warren G. I'm
boss
thinking
man.
about,
Not Nate.
Hold on, boss
Nate,
man.
I'm
you
thinking about
know,
Nate Dogg. My bad.
nah.
My bad.
Hologram, man. You know
Hold on.
technology.
No,
Hold on,
don't do
boss
that to him, man.
Boss man,
What's up?
hold on. Quick story.
Stop.
Big J and Pudge can attest to this. Regulate was our theme song, man. You had to know that. You had to know that song to be a part of the group.
Hey, bro, you gotta do Regulate, bro. Warren G, man. I mean, you got so many songs come out of Cali. Who you think was missing from the show? If you could have had a person from anybody, any LA or any California tie, who would you have liked to see, and what song would you have liked to see perform at halftime?
Go ahead, Eda. You want to take that one?
There's so many, man. I would have to go with my heart and say, if Pac was still alive, he would have killed it. I would have loved to see Ice Cube. Today was a good day. But the main one would be for the rest in peace Pac.
What song though?
Yeah. I would say for me, it would be probably California Love. You got to do California Love. For Pac,
Yeah,
if
bro.
you're in California, you in LA.
Come on, man.
Pac and Drake, come on, you got to do that song. That was a huge fucking song when that came out.
That was
big
the record.
Hey, California Love is cool.
You had Chris Tucker on the video, man.
Hey,
bro, we performed this song at church. That song was big.
But All Eyes on Me, that's one of my favorites. If he would have played that would have done it for me. All Eyes on Me.
All Eyes on Me?
Yes. All Eyes on Me.
What about you think, man?
Man, that shit would have been dope, but cruising in the street in my 6'4".
There you go.
Clocking the bitch. Slapping the hole. Went to the get the scoop. Knuckleheads outside, cold shooting some hoop.
I'll give you easy.
Come on, man.
That would be nice to see.
Pulling out at least coming out in the 6'4".
Oh yeah.
Song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At least riding to the stage at least.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, shout out to the crew members in the chat right now. Shout out to Uncle Malik and Big J. Speaking of, they have some of their picks. Big J said Bruno Mars. He also said still mad at the Justin Timberlake for the nip slip.
Now that was intentional, Holmes. That's why she had a paste in.
That's why.
Hey, come on now. She knew that titty was popping out.
If you bold enough to secretly slip Janet titty out at a Super Bowl, you was bold.
That's why Jay. That's why Jay is mad, because you know Jay is a big Janet Jackson fan. Now leave him alone.
Hey man, I think the world deserves to see Penny from Good Times titty.
Oh no, not Penny.
Everybody want to see Justice from Poetic Justice titty, man.
There you go.
Thank you for the recovery. Thank you for.
It's Janet Jackson we talk about. Shit, come on, man.
What's it, big?
Yo.
So you ain't never dreamed of Janet Jackson titty growing up. You was alive.
Big J said to live and die in LA.
Shit, I wasn't the only one thinking about Janet Jackson titties growing up. Shit.
But you said Penny from Good Times, dog. Yeah, would have been much better if you just said Justice from Poetic Justice. Come on now.
Say, bro, that's Janet Jackson, man.
Moving along.
We talking about a titty here, a legendary titty.
It's definitely legendary.
Yes.
I will agree with you on that.
Yes.
Titty came from Gary, Indiana.
Anything else to add about the NFL before we move to the NBA?
No, man, it was a classic Super Bowl. Was it the greatest Super Bowl game that we've ever seen? No. Was it a good Super Bowl, a palatable Super Bowl to watch? Yeah, it was a good game.
From beginning to end, good game and good halftime. Commercials was decent. If you watched that for that.
So. New Jurassic Park looked like it's gonna be off the chain.
Arnold Schwarzenegger out here still school, looking like
a nigga 3,005 years old.
Selma Hayek still look goddamn.
You talk about some legendary titties.
Right.
That's a legendary nip slip that need to happen.
But
if you ever watch Wild Wild West, you see what I'm talking about.
EJ, you got anything else to add?
Oh no, I'm good, man. Let's go ahead on to the basketball.
All right. NBA trades. The New Orleans Pelicans got a whole new team, damn near. At least some new starters. Trading for CJ McCollum and Tony Snell and Larry Nance.
We see him next year.
Yeah, we probably see Larry Nance next year. Tony Snell is backup for right now. They traded away Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Oh shit, I almost blank on it. Nickeil Alexander-Walker,
Josh Hart,
which was probably, in my opinion, the biggest loss in that trade for the Pelicans, losing Josh Hart.
A lot of respect on that team for Josh Hart.
Yeah, Didi Louzada and some draft picks. So I think it was a decent enough trade for them to get an all-star or perennial all-star in CJ McCollum. The dude can light it up. He can score like anybody. He can drop 30 points like nobody. Having him having him get in the starting lineup and pretty much replace Josh Hart's role. But he's the scorer now, and he can also facilitate the ball. You got another person that can push the ball up, not just Brandon Ingram. So I like the trade short term. I don't know how good this makes us in the long term. Because CJ is 30 years old. He's not on the timeline with the rest of the young guys that we got in BI, Zion, and even Valanciunas. Valanciunas is like 27, 28. So you kind of look at it long term. You don't expect to have him for long. But I think next season is the season that they should be great. If the Pelicans aren't great next season, there's an issue. That's a setback. You expect to have Zion, Valanciunas, maybe BI, and CJ as your main four core of this team. They just need to figure out who's the additional fifth. I think Herb Jones should be the fifth guy anyway. But I think that's the starting five. Yeah. The fact that he's not starting right now is kind of sad. I like Javonte Graham, but he need to come off the bench.
Yeah.
But the three of us went to the Pelicans game last week, which was the first game CJ played.
Much
against
needed.
the number one team in the East.
Yeah.
It was much needed. Appreciate it.
Played the Miami Heat.
No doubt, huh?
Yeah, no doubt, man. They played the Miami Heat, and we didn't win the game. It was a good game. It was a good atmosphere, though. I think I like the Pelicans games. The small arena is different. But like I said, in the small run, they should be able to make the play-in game at the very least.
Hey, right now they the 10th. They in 10th right now. You know what I'm saying? They right behind. I think they're half game behind Portland for the 10th seed. Right now they 11. So you right on the cusp with a big trade. Now we got the doors blown off of us tonight. Memphis kind of got that ass tonight. No homo. But they got a rough couple of games. The Pelican schedule this upcoming week, man, it's not for the fan at heart for sure. You know what I'm saying? You just lost.
They got a rough schedule.
You got Dallas on tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, you got Dallas on drawing a blank, excuse me. Thursday. You have Dallas on Thursday. Then on the 25th, you're at Phoenix. Then on the 27th, you're at the Lakers. Then you go on the 2nd, the day after Mardi Gras Day, you're at the Sacramento Kings. Mm-hmm. Then on the 4th, you're home against Utah. Then you go right to Denver. And then you go right back to Memphis. So, I mean, this little stretch
is rough. A tough schedule, but it's winnable. They beat Utah the other night. Dallas, in my opinion, Dallas downgraded at the trade deadline. They traded Kristaps Porzingis. They traded Chris Kristaps to Washington, which seemed to be a move that
you just gave Washington some life.
Yeah, they needed it. But Luka Doncic seemed to not get along with Kristaps. So that's why they moved on. Currently right now they're the 5th seed, but I don't know. I kind of like them. I kind of like that move for them as far as a Pelicans fan, because now you don't have the other guy to worry about. Now everything rests on Luka's shoulders. And I think he kind of likes that because he was if y'all watched any of the Olympics this past summer, he was cooking in the Olympics he was the only dude that could get them a bucket.
He another animal, bro.
He's just used to it. You know what I'm saying? He's used to it. He's not even that athletic.
You know what? You know who he kind of remind you of? Slick Side. that high arcing shot. It's kind of like a more effective deadlift shrimp. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like the way that is the highest rainbow you ever seen in your life. But he can wet it from anywhere. Is he 7 foot? Is he technically 7?
Luka?
Yeah.
No, he's 6'8", I believe.
6'8"?
6'8". Yeah.
Son, the way he plays, no homo. He plays longer than his frame. He plays anywhere 17 feet and beyond.
Yeah, his wingspan is pretty long.
It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's long. I don't see Dallas as a team that can go deep in the playoffs.
No.
I don't. I see them as a one and done. But just the fact that you gotta start this whole period bookend with Memphis, home and away, and then still gotta hit the road. You know what I'm saying? You still got Utah, you still got the Lakers. I ain't worried about the Lakers right now, but still. But
like I said, that's what I was saying. That's what I was kind of getting to. Like this schedule is kind of tough, but the one thing about this team this season that I've noticed is that they tend to play up to the talent that they got to play up against. Like the tougher teams that they probably should lose, they usually are in those games and will win it, or they'll just get blown out.
Circle the Phoenix games on your calendar based upon what headquarters just told y'all. Circle that Phoenix game.
I would circle that Lakers game too. Anthony Davis should be playing in that game. Unfortunately, no Zion still. No new update on that. We don't know when he coming back. It'll be this season. They have not listed him as out for the season though, so they have left the door open. But I like CJ. I like the move. He adds instant offense. They never had problems with offense though. There's always been defense. So that's why I felt like maybe putting Herb in that lineup will fix that. Any other major trades that was made also was James Harden and Ben Simmons.
Bye Brooklyn.
Moving over. Philly. And if anybody caught the the All-Star game, did y'all catch the All-Star game team selection or whatever between LeBron and
B.I. got
KD?
snubbed.
B.I. got snubbed. Unfortunately, I think he's definitely an all-star. But the funny thing about this was the shade that they had for James Harden. James Harden, now obviously KD would have had to pick James Harden, and he clearly passed on picking James Harden several times. James Harden was the last person picked in the All-Star game. and then next thing you know, James Harden's gonna be out until after the All-Star game.
I wonder why.
I don't know if that was coincidence, but I know he was nursing an injury or whatever. A lot of people say he's faking it. I ain't gonna question a man's his durability or whatever. But I will say James Harden is hilarious. Because we already know James Harden was probably partying his ass off that he was leaving Brooklyn. He was tired of Kyrie shit. He did playing or he not playing. I think it's a weird situation because Ben Simmons brings a lot of defense for them. He brings no shooting, but they don't need it. They got so much shooting on that team, from Joe Harris to KD to Kyrie. You don't need Ben Simmons to be a three-point shooter. You just need him to facilitate, pass the ball, and play defense. That's it.
That's probably what he wants to do. That's probably what he wanted to do all along in Philly, was just to pass the ball and just play defense if you ask him to do that. But at some point in time, you're gonna have to shoot the ball. You're gonna have to.
And, yeah, I mean, he was a man over in Philly, and he had to, share that rock with Embiid. So
who's probably the NBA MVP right now?
Because I look at it this way. I look at it like this way
for
the Nets. I look at it like this way for the Nets. Okay, you pretty much still have three superstars in KD, Kyrie, and Ben Simmons. All right. We'll just say, for instance, he's an all-star at this point because he made an all-star and he won Rookie of the Year. So we'll consider him an all-star. What if KD has an off night?
What you expect?
What if Kyrie?
What if it's an off night? What if it's an off night and they're at home?
Right, because Kyrie gonna definitely not be able to play in that game.
So at this point, you can facilitate all you want, Ben. You still gonna have to score.
I think Ben Simmons can really. I know it's not his game. If he truly had to, he can probably score. I just think it's a self-confidence thing. You know what I'm saying?
Could be.
The thing that it is in the playoffs, it goes to a half-court game.
Yeah.
And he's easier to defend in a half court versus the full court because of the fact that he can't shoot. Yeah. So like you can box him up and keep him into a corner, and then you ain't got to worry about him.
So literally in the half court set, if he's on offense, he's really no threat. That's what I'm saying. You got to make yourself a threat.
Well, okay, I mean, if he's passing up on dunks, and layups.
Well, we knew why he was doing that.
He don't want to shoot free throws.
Correct.
Because he can't fucking shoot free throws.
So if that's the case, in the half court set, Benny, you know basketball just as well as anybody I know. In the half court set, all you doing with him is pick and roll bubble screens. You know what I'm saying? Get out of the fucking way. You correct? And just get back down. Just get back down on defense after the bucket. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
that's a good point. Who do you run the pick and roll with? You have to rely on KD and Ben Simmons together in the pick and roll option if Kyrie's not there?
And how many teams are going to bite on that?
Nobody. I mean, not in the playoffs. I'm playing KD the whole way.
Exactly.
Double team his ass.
He got to beat me. This person right here, he got to beat me.
Exactly.
Come on, man. Y'all done played basketball. Y'all done played pickup basketball before.
Ben Simmons get in the paint, you foul his ass.
Hey, he broke, man. Y'all, you can leave him open. He broke.
Hey,
double listening over here.
It's the same concept as football. If you know this running back is good, make your quarterback beat you. Let's test him out. So in this kind of instance in NBA, when it comes to the Nets, like Pudge said, we're going to double team KD. Kyrie isn't here. Then it's on you. You're going to have to bring it home.
The dangerous thing is if Ben Simmons finds a fucking 17-foot jumper. Right. And can play baseline back. It can play the baseline and get to the cup and really sink. No, and if he does what people don't expect him to do and get good at it, then this nigga can be a badass dude. If he can crash the fucking boards and attack the rim and at least be 75%, 70 to 75% from the free throw line, you change your whole way of playing the Brooklyn Nets.
Bro,
your whole style of play is because now you can't. What can you decipher? You got deadly 3-point shooters. You got deadly top of the key action. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody who could play in the paint.
They were already hailing this brother as the next LeBron James.
Who can also get back on defense on the other side of the court. That's what people sleep on Ben Simmons. He can get back to the ball on the other side, man.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, we'll see what happens.
But they were already.
Do y'all think it's any
LeBron James? Yes,
they were. Do y'all think it's any? Do y'all think he was not into it last time he was in the playoffs? What was it last year when he was in the playoffs? He was not feeling Doc Rivers. He was not feeling Joel Embiid. I think his head was just out of the game.
My thing is this.
Well, hold on. And I think that him being in a new situation was what he wanted from the beginning. And I think this is what he got. So, and I think I think he can shoot. We've seen him hit threes in practice. He can shoot. Why he doesn't shoot is another story.
My thing about that Doc Rivers situation is this.
And it won't two different things, bro.
Yeah, because the thing about it is, I still believe that Doc Rivers is a hell of a coach. Now, granted, yes, he's had a sketchy record.
See, I know how I feel about Doc Rivers as a head coach.
Nigga traded his son-in-law.
Not son-in-law, his son.
His son.
But he's still a hell of a head coach. He's still a hell of a head coach. Fuck out of here,
son.
But he's still a hell of a head coach, though. That's one thing I won't discredit.
He's a great regular season coach.
How you trade your son, though, bro?
Man, look.
He's a hell of a head coach.
I don't want to throw no. I think he's a great coach in his own regard. I don't want to say nothing more because I feel like I'm gonna say something bad about Doc Rivers.
You always do.
You always.
So I'm gonna leave.
He don't like Doc Rivers. He's not a fan of Doc Rivers.
No, I'm not.
You haven't been a fan of Doc Rivers since he left Boston.
He was about to get fired before the big three got there. He was about to get fired. They saved that trade, saved his job.
And the Clippers job exposed him?
The big time. Clippers, they should have won. They should have won at least. They should have at least got to the finals with that team. You had
players are not
Blake Griffin
to the coach. Are you
no?
I don't want
they had
that
the
shit.
Lob City team. No, the Lob City team was probably the nastiest team that should have won a ring. That Lob City team was filthy.
They was losing in the first round with this team.
That team was filthy, dog. Do you remember who was on that team?
Now, Blake Griffin's career did fall off a cliff. Yeah, but you still had Chris Paul.
DeAndre Jordan, Eric Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe. No, Eric Bledsoe wasn't on that team.
He wasn't on the Lob City team?
No.
No, they had your boy Barnes.
They had Barnes. Yeah, they had Barnes and they had JJ Redick.
Yeah.
So they had the shooting, they had everything they needed. They didn't have the defense as much as they wanted, and Doc Rivers is a defensive-minded coach. So he got to do one thing as a coach, and their defense was always falling apart in the most critical time. Look, I ain't getting into the Doc Rivers conversation. How y'all feel about James Harden and Embiid being together? I think that's a good matchup, especially with the pieces that's alongside him.
Depends on which James Harden you're getting.
If anybody knows James Harden, it's EJ. How you feel about James, bro?
Did James Harden want to be in Brooklyn? Did he want to really be in Brooklyn? Did he want to play with his homie?
I can't answer that.
He got to play with his homie a couple times.
Yeah.
He played with Westbrook.
Like I said, it all depends on which James Harden you're going to get, because I'm going to tell you right now, and I'll be honest, the man disappears when it counts in the playoffs. So it all depends on which James Harden you're getting.
Well, you're also seeing that just because you team up with people that you're cool with don't mean it's going to work out on these NBA teams. It's like,
true.
Like we've seen a lot of these in Karl Anthony Towns and I'm blanking on his name, the point guard over there in Minnesota. Karl Anthony Towns in Minnesota and their situation didn't work out. Anthony Edwards shows up, and now they got a whole actual superstar on their team. Jimmy Butler exposed that when he was there. Also, when you had LeBron and them, people forget about LeBron and Wade teaming up in Cleveland. He traded Wade. Well, he ain't traded himself, but you know what I'm saying. So it doesn't always work out that way. Being with your best guy on the best team doesn't always work. I mean, look at LeBron wanted Anthony Davis on the team. They won a chip, but now they have
won that trade. The Pels won that trade overall, but the chip happened in the bubble. So I mean, hey, headquarters EJ, I gotta pose a question to both of y'all.
All right.
NBA All-Star 2022 is in Cleveland. Okay.
Yep. This
The
weekend.
Cleveland Cavaliers have been on a tear. You know what I'm saying? They're the home hosts for NBA All-Star. Team Durant. You got KD as the team captain. Got Joel Embiid, Ja Morant, Jason Tatum's, Andrew Wiggins. That's Andrew Wiggins signing. Trae Young.
The fact that he made it was opened my eyes. Like, what? Andrew Wiggins made the All-Star team, but he made it on a technicality because he got in because James Harden ain't gonna be playing.
But you got Melo. You got Melo Ball, Devin Booker, Rudy Gobert, Zach LaVine, Chris Middleton, DeJounte Murray, Karl Anthony Towns, and Draymond Green.
I felt like B.I. deserved it to make it over Deontay Murray. Deontay Murray, now obviously they play two different positions, the guard and the forward, but you got to have so many forwards to make it. I think that's what B.I. gonna fall in that space. It's like he's gonna get snubbed a lot. He's just got to elevate his game even higher. And that sounds
better
crazy.
for us. Which is better for us.
I think he can do it. He's like a baby KD in a way. I think he can elevate his game. And then I'm noticing since CJ been on this team, he's been more of a triple-double guy, or at least flirting with it every game. Where he's more of a facilitator, kind of let CJ get in the feel of the game. But he's going to have to get aggressive again. He's going to have to start taking over some games. If they're going to really.
He will. I think he will. Team LeBron.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Team LeBron. You got LeBron James. You got Giannis Antetokounmpo, Stephen Curry, Chef Curry with the pots. You got DeMar DeRozan. You got Nikolai Jokic, Jared Allen, who's fucking been killing it. Jimmy Butler, probably the hottest person in the East right now.
The Nets traded him. Remember that? They broke up their whole team because they wanted to get KD, Kyrie together, and some other players. DeAndre Jordan. They got rid of DeAndre Jordan next season.
Nasty, bro. Jimmy Butler, Luka Doncic, Darius Garland, James Harden, Spider Mitchell, Chris Paul, and Fred VanVleet. So if the game were to start today, which we're gonna watch the NBA All-Star, and I know we're gonna have we're gonna talk about the dunk contest and everything like that. But
yep, it'll be next
I got to say that Team LeBron, in my opinion, Team LeBron look like hands down they're gonna run away with this.
I'm not gonna say they're gonna run away with it, but
say, man, I like the new NBA All-Star rules as far as how they win the games. I think that's pretty dope what they do. But based upon that scenario, Team LeBron all the way.
I didn't see who's gonna be in the dunk contest this year. I saw who's in the three-point contest. I saw Van Fleet is in there. I think
Talk about it. He
leads the league in the three-point shooting right now. I'm gonna pull it up right quick. Dunk contest for this season, this year. I think there's only 4 people participating. But you got Toscano Anderson, Jalen Green from Houston, Obi Toppin from New York, and Cole Anthony from Orlando. It's not the most greatest names that you want to hear for a dunk contest. I think Jalen Green might be a potential favorite in my opinion.
That's the dunk contest?
Yeah, it's dunk contest.
I'm going with Obi Toppin in New York.
Oh man, you don't even roll with your Houston guy? Damn.
I'm going with Obi Toppin in New York.
Jalen Green is potentially the future of your league. I mean, your franchise. You know that, right?
I'm going with Obi Toppin in New York.
All right. Obi Toppin got some hops though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I would say between him and Jalen Green. I don't know much about Toscano Anderson. I ain't gonna lie, I had to look this motherfucker up. Let me see. But I don't even know what team he on. Hold on. Let me see. Toscano Anderson. He is on the Warriors. Juan Toscano Anderson. So that's your 4 people for the dunk contest. I hope it's good. The past couple of years has been kind of all right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So hopefully they can bring back that whole flavor that everybody had for the dunk contest. You know what I mean? We never know. Obi Toppin and Jalen Green might steal a show here.
They can try.
They chance to show out. It's only 4 people.
Boss man, they can try all they want to. It ain't never gonna be as good as that Vince Carter one, man.
No, hell no. Shit. I mean, it
ain't never gonna be as good
as that Vince Carter. He set a high bar.
Man set the bar too high is what it was.
Well, I mean, Jordan set the initial bar from dunking from the free throw line.
True, but Vince Carter took it to a whole nother level. I gotta say that though. He took it to a whole nother level.
Here is your 3-point contest participants. Fred Van Fleet from Toronto, who's leading the league in 3-pointers made. Desmond Bain from Memphis. Karl Anthony Towns from Minnesota. CJ McCollum from the Pelicans. Luke Kennard. Patty Mills from Brooklyn. Trae Young from Atlanta. And Zach LaVine from Chicago.
Patty Mills still doing it.
Yo, man, he's still a 3-point bucket, man.
Patty Mills been in the league 35 years.
It's either going to be on Fred Van Fleet or it's going to be Trae Young.
Yeah, let's make some picks here. Who y'all got for the dunk contest? We'll start that first.
You already know mine.
I'm picking Jalen Green. You say Obi Toppin. What about you, Thick Eye?
Hey, man, I'm going to go against the grain. I know Jalen Green going to come with that thunder. I'm going to pick out Cole Anthony just to go left.
Cole Anthony?
He ain't going to win it, but I'm going to go Cole Anthony just to go left.
Cole Anthony has got a lot of personality. I hope he does good in his career, dog. We need more Cole Anthony in the NBA. You ever seen his interview after he hit the game winner? Dude was going on for hours on that interview.
You know what I am a little highly perturbed about though in this NBA All-Star? We only have one New Orleans Pelicans represent.
And he just got it.
Herb Jones.
Herb Jones is in what is it, the Rising? What it used to be the
Rising Stars competition.
Yeah. You got CJ McCollum in the 3-point contest.
Yeah, that's a bullshit though, man. One New Orleans Pelican representative at the All-Star game, and it's not even the fucking All-Star.
No, but I mean that's all right. I mean, technically, neither one of them made the All-Star team. They just part of the weekend activities.
Weekend festivities, right?
Yeah. Look, I'm happy. Look, I hope CJ wins it, and I'm gonna pick CJ to win it here, just because of the hometown. I'm picking CJ to win in the Pelicans uniform. That would be dope. Who are y'all picking?
That's what I'm rolling with, cuz.
What about you, EJ? You said Van Fleet?
It might just be Van Fleet. Either that or Trae Young. That's my sleeper pick is Trae Young. But my standard pick for this show is Van Fleet.
I'm curious to see Zach LaVine in his 3-point contest. You don't look for him to be making 3-pointers all the time. But
I want to see him and Aaron Gordon go back at it in the dunk contest. That shit was legendary.
That would be great.
That'd be great for the league because Aaron Gordon got robbed.
No, we got robbed when LeBron never did the dunk contest. That was terrible. How do you not go to the dunk contest ever? Come on.
Jordan did it.
Jordan did it. Kobe did it. All right, come on. I'm surprised he didn't ever do it. But
possibly, arguably the best dunker in the world would be Vince Carter. And that just set the bar. I'm sorry. That I'll never forget that slam dunk contest. That set the bar so
98. Mm-hmm. Well,
hey, don't get it twisted. Don't forget about Richardson. That nigga there.
Come on,
He
Quinn.
was with the Warriors. Don't forget about his dunk contest. Don't forget about Steve Francis.
Steve Francis was in that same contest.
I'm trying to tell you.
Vince Carter.
Steve did his thing.
He did his thing.
But wasn't nothing on Vince on that.
Nah.
In that one.
Nah.
Some of the great dunkers, Dominique Wilkins. You talking about a robbery. I love MJ to death. Love Jordan to death. I think Dominique got robbed.
Been Dominique.
Man. Dominique got robbed, man. You
Dominique
know that
was called the human highlight.
You think Jordan was gonna lose? Come on now. Stop.
You thought the Rams was gonna lose the Super Bowl at home?
I didn't.
I mean, look, after the last 2 years that all these calls is always the defensive call too. The rest of these games.
Jordan in Chicago dunk contest. He ain't losing that one. I'm
gonna run down some games from tonight. We already talked about the Grizzlies beating up on the Pelicans 121-109.
Yeah.
The Hawks beat the Cavs 124-116. They need wins in Atlanta. I have no problem.
I think they're in 10th, aren't they?
Let me see. The Hawks are currently 10th in their last playing spot right now. Also you have where's the games? You also had the Suns beat the Clippers 103-96. The Bucks beat the Pacers 128-119. The Timberwolves beat the Hornets 126-120. You had the Celtics, the new look Celtics beat the shit out of the Sixers. 135-87.
That was horrible.
Watch out for the Celtics. They got new legs lately.
He beat them
Jason Tatum has been playing out of his mind.
I told y'all,
goodness.
I'm sold on Jason Tatum. I'm sold on that man.
And the Mavericks took care of the Heat 107-99.
The number one team in the East went down.
I ain't gonna lie, the Mavericks confuse me so much. I look at this team and I'll be like, is Luka just gonna have to score 50? But and then somehow, some way, the rest of this team scores, and you don't even expect them the motherfuckers to score at all.
That's what makes them so deadly, because you really can't put your finger on them.
This reminds you of the Dirt Nowitzki championship Mavericks, when you knew Dirk was gonna be the one to hit, but you didn't know who was like. You didn't know if it was gonna be Jason Terry.
All that.
You didn't know if it was gonna be Kmart. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. For the most part, yeah, they built like they team built
Jason
like that.
Kidd. Yep.
And they picked up Spencer Dinwiddie in that trade from the Wizards. He ain't been having the best year, but I always was pretty high on that on him. But other than that, that's it, man. We can talk about the standings real fast, and then we can get up out of here. The standings for this week: the Heat are the number one team in the East, tied with the Bulls tonight. The Bucks are in third place. People keep sleeping on the Bucks. They keep talking about,
still your pick.
DeMar DeRozan is the best player in the league, right? Stop it. I want to see it in the playoffs. The Bucks are third right now. The Cavs are fourth. Sixers are fifth. Celtics, Raptors, and Nets are 6, 7, and 8, with the Hornets and Hawks in the play-in games at the moment. And on the West, you have the Suns, and it's probably going to be the Suns, because they have a nice little lead over the Warriors, 5.5 games. With the amount of games, all they got to do is just win at their current pace, and they should have that locked in.
The Grizzlies Western Conference Finals is going to be Suns and the Warriors.
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
That's your Western Conference Finals game. Now, who wins out of that game? Hey, we'll see.
Well, you got the Grizzlies at 3, the Jazz at 4, the Mavericks at 5, the Nuggets, Timberwolves. The Timberwolves have moved up into the 7th seed. The Nuggets are 6, Timberwolves are 7, the Clippers are 8, and the Lakers and Trailblazers right now are in the play-in games at 9 and 10. And the Pelicans are at the 11th, 1 game behind the Trailblazers, 5 games behind the AC Clippers. The West, I ain't gonna lie, now the West looks weak. It's very top heavy.
Yeah.
I would say between 1 through 4, I don't even know if I would even say Utah. I would take Utah. I think Memphis, Phoenix.
You're not really sold on Utah, are you?
No. And look for Donovan Mitchell to be maybe out of that team in the next year or two. Also,
I'm about to say, you don't believe in Spider Mitchell?
No, I like him. I don't think he's gonna stay in Utah though. That's what I'm saying.
I still think that the Memphis Grizzlies are stronger than any team in the East. I still think
stronger than the Bucks.
Pick. I think that the Memphis Grizzlies are stronger than any team in the East. That's my hot take. I think that the Golden State Warriors are stronger than any team in the East. And I think the Phoenix Suns are stronger than any team in the East. But other than them three, if they had a retard mistake in the playoffs, if the East could probably smoke the rest of the West other than three teams.
I agree with that.
I just think that Memphis, the style of basketball they play on both sides of the court, it's just hard to play with these cats. You know what I'm saying? You know what you're getting in Golden State, and you already know what you're getting in Phoenix. I just think that Memphis is the anomaly. I just somehow they got to be able to make it to the finals, and I don't see them. I don't know if they're ready to take that step against Golden State Warriors, even though they swept them 3 times so far this season. They beat them 3 straight times this year. You know what I'm saying? Just playoff basketball is different, and I don't know if they got what it takes to uphold against the Phoenix Suns.
I would say Memphis. Give Memphis next year.
What you
Memphis
think they
will
need?
Be next.
Sticking with the Grizzlies. What you think they need
to get to the next level to win it all? They might need another star, either another star or some more bench help. I don't know. I mean,
specifically, what position?
They play pretty generic basketball. They don't do nothing like real fancy. They have Steven Adams as the center. They play really old school basketball. They have him and Jaren Jackson at the and center position. They kind of both rotate from that point. Now Jaren Jackson can shoot and he plays defense and he rebound. He does everything that you need. And then you got Ja Morant. Desmond Bane is also a nice play on that team too that people kind of forget about. Sometimes he'll drop fucking 30 on you. You'll be like, who is this dude that just dropped 30 on us other than Ja Morant? And people forget they were winning when Ja Morant was hurt earlier in the season too. So I kind of feel I kind of understand what you're saying, Pudge. I just think they're one more season away. I think more experience, them getting into the playoffs as a 3rd seed or potential top 4 seed is fine. I think they're gonna probably add somebody else next season. They got cap space last time I checked, so they can always add more people next season. But I think they one more year away. This year is Phoenix or Golden State, and everybody else is just watching in the West. Now in the East, I think the Bulls are fraudulent. I've been saying that for the longest. Lonzo Ball is on the verge of not starting. He's on the verge of being replaced as the starter. Now Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan have been tearing it up every night. So they really run on them two primarily. They have some injuries. They lost Patrick Williams early in the season. Super early. He was a starter, so he was a major part of the team. I don't believe it. I just don't believe in him. I feel like the Bucks are gonna catch up eventually and end up being in either the 1 or 2 seed. The Heat are there too. I think the Nets have fallen all the way out of it. In the Sixers are on their way. We'll see what these new trades do to these teams.
This is Miami's Eastern Division to win, Eastern Conference to win.
What about the Celtics?
You think so? No, they don't have enough. I like their team. They're young, but they don't have enough. I still call the Bucks as my pick. They had I'm blanking on the person that they just recently signed, but it went so under the radar because they're a small market team. People keep forgetting about the Bucks, the current champs from last season. Giannis has still been Giannis. Drew Holiday has been hurt here and there this year, and Chris Middleton has been still Chris Middleton. I like them to still not only make it to the finals, but I'm gonna say I see them repeat.
Wow.
I'm saying it early.
Wow.
I see them repeating.
I said that too.
Wow.
I see them repeating.
I said that too. Yep.
And I see them taking care of any Western team that they go up against. Any
wow.
Western team, especially Phoenix. I think
I want to see that again.
Especially Phoenix. I feel like they will
again.
really dominate Phoenix in this next time around. I would
think
say
Phoenix is ready for these people.
Now, I would say the Warriors are still the Warriors. If they get to the finals, anything can still happen because Steph is still fucking Steph, and Clay has been looking like his old self a little bit. But Clay definitely is a lot slower than he was before.
Yeah, he is.
And you can see it. They've been hiding him on certain occasions, and he can do it then. I mean, because they got so much talent on this team. Them keeping Andrew Wiggins was one of the smartest things. Everybody was like, y'all should be trading this nigga. No, it was smart because he played defense. Him, along with Draymond, has been like a super serum to their defense. And then if Clay is the guy that he once was and all that, you know, they're gonna be tough.
He can still
light skin connection.
Just lost a lot of his quickness. He can still light you up. He's just lost a lot of his quickness. But
who says that they don't, that he's not playing conservatively until, you know what I'm saying? Because when you battling from that type of injury, man, it's gonna take you a while to get your legs back. You're not just gonna have that, you know what I'm saying? So I guess
especially the way he injured himself too.
Right. Yeah. So I'm thinking they're guessing around maybe playoffs. You start seeing a little bit more spring. He's got to get games in. He's got to get those minutes in.
Yeah, he just came back last month.
Right. I don't think he's played 45 minutes yet. You know what I'm saying? I think he's still in the 25 minute mark. So once he get his legs under him and he started getting more minutes in and getting more late game situations, I think you'll start seeing a difference with Klay Thompson.
All right, last question. I gave my pick. Do y'all want to give a pick this so early? I'm saying
I will.
All right.
I will.
Who y'all got? Who you got?
In the words of Charles Barkley, the Phoenix Suns. I got the Phoenix Suns. I like Phoenix in a 7-game series against the Warriors. I think that they got what it takes to get past the Warriors.
Steph
I think they
do. CP3.
I think they got what it takes.
I want to see that.
It wouldn't surprise me if the Warriors flat out beat these people. I still think that they're the two best teams in the West. Going up against Milwaukee, I'm going left, man. I think whoever the Western Conference winner is going to be the NBA Finals champion, being either Phoenix or Golden State. I'm not rooting for these niggas, but I'm just saying that's just probably
the pick. Yeah, right. I got you. EJ?
Until you beat them, they are still the champions. I'm going with the Bucks, but their opponent in the finals, you already took care of Chris Paul and the Suns. I believe this time is going to be the Warriors.
Okay. To win it all?
It's going to be versus them and the Bucks, and I think the Bucks probably going to win that game. They're going to probably win that series. Now,
I think the Warriors probably give them the biggest threat between the two.
Game 7 is going to Game 7.
I don't know, man. If Steph and Clay hitting, I mean, it might be quicker than you think.
It's going to Game 7, man, because I'm going to tell you right now.
They ain't got nobody to check Giannis, though.
Yeah.
I don't care how good Draymond is. He ain't checking Giannis.
He ain't checking Giannis at all.
But that's it for this episode. Y'all already know what it is. Make sure y'all check us out on the motherfucking pod.com and get all the motherfucking merch. Get the dog tag like EJ the DJ. Get the motherfucking hats like the NOLA edition I got on. The black and red that Pudge got up right over there. The NOLA edition, the black and white. The old school that's coming back soon. The black and red, the 3D puff. Also, make sure y'all get the motherfucking hoodie. You know, it's still cold in certain areas, so make sure y'all still go get that motherfucker. Get the motherfucking shirts. And protect yourself against Marion and that dancing cold. And get the mask. You know what I'm saying? Get the motherfucking
Before
mask.
you get that icebox where your heart used to be.
Bruh.
And listen, the temperature's about to get hot. The commercial's going to say, go get the shot. Hey, don't be a jackass. cover up from Amari and get the motherfucking mask. You dig?
So make sure y'all get the mask, support the crew, download all the episodes. We just had season 3 finale just dropped a couple days ago. Make sure y'all check it out. Download it on all audio podcast platforms. The YouTube videos are coming soon, by the way. Also, make sure y'all check out all the special feature episodes that we have from this season. Shout out to all our guests, from Paige Nicole to Maurice Todd to several others. Please don't get mad. I'm blanking on the names right now. But this season was a great season, and make sure y'all check it out. 123 motherfuckingpod.com. Remember that shit. Get the merch, download the episodes. You already know what it is. It's the motherfucking pod.
Father, can I get a motherfucking podcast hat for my birthday present? Can I get one? Just because it's a random Tuesday night? Can I go ahead and just be like the crew because they so cool? I just gotta get a hat. Get a snap hat.
And watch the motherfucking sports every Tuesday night. You heard?
$46 make a holler. $46 make a holler. Make a holler full of y'all. Can I holler? Can I holler holler? Can I holler holler holler? Can I holler? Can I holler? Let me holler at you. Let me holler at you. Let me holler at you, bitch. Let me holler at you, bitch. Let me holler at you.
Good shit, y'all. Good shit.
Better not bring your weed. Oh,
Who got weed? Down the rabbit hole.
Bro, I'm done.